Well, I tell you guys all the time, I like to cover the good news in the nerdosphere when it does come across, and let's be honest, it's not very often. We do get much more of our fill covering the bad, but there is good news, or at least mostly good news to talk about, as I'm sure you've seen the new Wolverine costume. So welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and let's go over this article about the new yellow Wolverine outfit from Deadpool 3, and I'll give you my thoughts on the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hugh Jackman's yellow Wolverine costume revealed. Actor shares official Deadpool 3 set photo. The first look at Hugh Jackman finally wearing Wolverine's iconic yellow costume from the comics is revealed by a new Deadpool 3 set photo. And yes, I'm sure we have all seen the photo by now. And I'm sure you guys have also heard me say multiple times, Hugh Jackman is my favorite actor of all time. Now, he's not necessarily my favorite Wolverine. Well, I shouldn't say he's the only one that's played a live-action Wolverine. But Wolverine's not my favorite role by him, I should say. I think there's far better Hugh Jackman films out there than really any of the X-Men movies, I'm being completely honest. But that being said, he is my favorite actor, and this is without a doubt his most iconic character, so it is nice to see that if he is going to come back for one more show, considering the perfect send-off that Logan was, that we get to see a version of the character we've never really seen before, which is the iconic yellow outfit one. So, it says here, Hugh Jackman shares the first look at him wearing Wolverine's iconic yellow costume in Deadpool 3 with a set photo. Jackman joins Ryan Reynolds and star-studded cast in Deadpool 3. The movie marks the first time Wolverine will be seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Jackman is dressing up for the occasion, with the actor confirming the Deadpool 3 Wolverine yellow costume rumors with the first look at his new suit. Now, it does say that this is going to be his first outing in the MCU, and I don't know, is that confirmed? You guys might have to let me know in the comments, because I did not think that it was confirmed that Deadpool 3 was actually going to be considered part of the MCU. Now, it very well could be. I mean, I could be crazy. Maybe that has come out. I hadn't heard anything to that effect, but maybe that's good news. Maybe it's not. I mean, it's still going to be an R-rated film from everything we've heard, and if that's the case, it would be the first R-rated movie in the MCU, which is interesting. But if they're going to make this MCU movie R-rated, why not do the same with Blade? Why are you giving us a PG-13 Blade, assuming that movie ever even gets made? And we're also coming down to the fact that, does anyone care about the MCU anymore? Deadpool might be a big enough name, and it might have enough goodwill around it to go ahead and break the bank, unlike, the upcoming Marvels movie, or again, the aforementioned Blade. But really, again, Hugh Jackman, my favorite actor of all time. I've been a massive Deadpool fan since way before the internet made him popular, and even then, because the MCU and superhero movies in general lately have been so terrible lately, I don't care about this movie. I mean, what's that got to say? I don't care about this movie, but man, the suit does look good. I mean, it is, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter throwing a fit that his arms aren't exposed, they're going long-sleeved, but frankly, this outfit looks almost perfect. I really don't care that they're going the long-sleeve route. I think this looks great. I'm wondering if he's going to have the iconic, faceplate as well, where it, shows off those almost bat ear-looking, eye covers. But if they just go with the bodysuit and this look, I honestly wouldn't be too bummed. I think this is a fantastic way to do Wolverine, and again, it's something new that hasn't been done before in all the previous X-Men movies, especially if this is going to be the same iteration of the character, the same Logan that we've gotten to see over the course of, 9 movies or something to that effect. I think that seeing this version of him and how he reacts to wearing a suit like this, because I guarantee you they're going to make jokes about it. It's not like he's just going to be happy to wear this jumpsuit. I bet this is something that, Deadpool is going to have made for him and force him to wear. I bet there's going to be jokes around the suit, but all in all, I do want to know what you guys think when it comes to whether this looks good or not, because I've seen people on Twitter throwing a damn fit about this. Y'all been saying for 20 years you wanted to see the classic Wolverine outfit, and now that you get it, you throw a fit about it. I get it. The MCU sucks. Nobody wants to see superhero movies anymore, but you gotta at least admit when people do stuff right. Jackman's yellow Wolverine costume is what every X-Men fan dreamed of, with the actor looking amazing in the pitch-perfect recreation of the mutant signature comic book costume. The only difference between the comics and Wolverine's yellow costume for Deadpool 3 is the movie suit includes sleeves. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Why Wolverine is in his yellow X-Men costume. The MCU is known for getting characters like comic book accurate suits. Yeah, about half the time, fair enough. A trend has become all more common in recent years. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige knows how much fans have wanted Jackman to wear Wolverine's yellow suit in a movie, and having worked in Fox's X-Men franchise before jumping over to Marvel Studios, Feige now finally brings that to life. Wolverine being in the yellow X-Men suit does not conflict with Logan, as Jackman confirmed Deadpool 3 includes time travel. Oh, really? I hadn't heard that either. I've been keeping my distance away from this movie, again, because it's a superhero project, and I'm just really burnt out on those, but also, if for some reason I decide to see it, I want to go in with as little spoilers as possible and just be able to enjoy the film. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, when it's talking about all these cameos, Jennifer Garner's coming back as Elektra, Ben Affleck possibly coming back as Daredevil, I'm under the impression they're going to be doing this multiverse stuff as a joke to kind of make fun of the way it's been overused in things like the previous iterations of the MCU, The Flash, whatnot. And so it's going to be a multiverse movie, but I think it's going to be the butt of a joke because I mean, if Deadpool's writing is the same as it has been in the first two movies, they'll know that audiences are tired of this, and we could use, something to make fun of it. But that being said, that's about the extent that I know of it, and I really don't care, but I want to care. I truly do want to care. Deadpool 3 is rumored to feature characters from all... Also, it just occurred to me that Deadpool 3 includes time travel. Deadpool 2 included time travel, like, a lot. I wonder if they're going to expand on what we saw in Deadpool 2 or not, because it seems kind of lazy to use time travel with 2 movies in a row, or is that just me? Anyway, Deadpool 3 is rumored to feature characters from all over Fox's Marvel franchises, including the Fantastic Four from director Tim Story's movies, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, several X-Men characters, and more. It's funny because they're going to bring back the original Fantastic Four, if this is to be believed, but even Deadpool ain't going to touch Fan 4-stick. That appears to have been confirmed after the recent announcement that Jennifer Garner is returning to Elektra in Deadpool 3 after nearly 20 years since she last played the role. The movie is set to be a crowd pleaser with plenty of multiverse character appearances. Based on that, Deadpool 3 stands as the perfect place for Fox's X-Men characters like Jackman's Wolverine to finally leave leather suits behind and embrace their iconic comic book costumes. The actor would not be back for the role after Logan's brilliant ending if Jackman was not going to places he had never been with the character. And yeah, that was my thoughts as well. I mean, Hugh Jackman has talked about his immense love for this character, and he even asked James Mangold's permission before he even joined the cast of this movie to make sure that he wouldn't feel like he was betraying him or doing a service to the death of his character in Logan. So there is definitely something new to be done with this Wolverine. That being said, if it's part of the MCU, I don't know if I want to see him, Wolverine's taking the MCU, because the MCU has been garbage for, 5 years or more now? I mean, I really think that we'd be better off without Logan, but again, giving credit where it's due, it visually looks really good. Joining the MCU with Wolverine's classic yellow costume is a solid first step for Jackman's return in Deadpool 3. I mean, again, it's a solid return for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but definitely not because of the MCU. I truly mean it when I say I want to be excited for this film. I had a buddy of mine, an old mentor I hadn't heard from in probably a year or so, send me a picture of it, and it was the mentor. I mean, we used to always talk about Marvel movies and Star Wars, and I felt so bad telling him, yeah, it looks good. I'm having trouble caring about the movie, though. It was almost like I betrayed a man who trained me and what my profession is nowadays, and it is something that maybe with time, maybe once we've had a break with some of the Marvel stuff, maybe when I can get the laughter out of my system of the flop that will be the upcoming Marvels, sequel, the Marvels, maybe I will have some sort of interest in Deadpool. Maybe once we get a trailer, I'll be like, okay, there's something, of note here, something that this film can maybe offer us that other stuff in the MCU can't. But as it currently stands, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not feeling it. I mean, Deadpool 2 was how many years ago? And even then, as much as I love Deadpool 2, it was kind of repetitive when it comes to the jokes of the first movie. I feel like they're going to have to really do something different. I will say, plus side, no Tim Miller. Thank God I cannot stand him. He was never a fun character or fun to be in the movies. I just always thought that man was an absolute moron and had no charisma on screen. The only reason that his jokes land is because I will admit he and Ryan Reynolds have very good chemistry and they know how to do certain wordplay and whatnot. But as a whole, I cannot stand Tim Miller, so that is a plus. Yeah, Deadpool 3, I definitely want to hear your guys' opinions. I want to know if you're excited about this. I want to know if you guys are just bummed out about the Marvel stuff, about the MCU stuff. Do you think that Ryan Reynolds still has it? Obviously, I want to hear your opinions on the actual suit for Wolverine and your thoughts about Hugh Jackman coming back. This is definitely going to be one of the videos that, like I said, it's a more positive video because I do think that the costume looks fantastic. And while I do have my own personal concerns about the MCU as a whole, the costume looking fantastic is what this article is about. And you know what? That's good enough for me to call this a pretty positive video. It's even giving me a small monicum, just making this video is giving me a small monicum of hope that maybe I actually am more excited for this movie than I thought I was. And we'll see if that, if that feeling stays the same. I mean, only time will tell, but I want to know your thoughts and opinions. By all means, let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on Twitter, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, not just about the MCU or superhero stuff, but also anime, movies, Magic the Gathering, you name it. It's all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.